All right, Sam here, Secondhand Sledders. This is pretty excited about this. Finally getting to do what I've wanted to do for a while. All the parts are finally here. I'm going to replace my normal throttle. This is just a 19 Axis 850. And I struggle with getting snow packed in here. And it just constantly, every time you roll the sled, I like using my grips. Some people are like, well, don't turn your grips on. I like to use my grips. So whenever I roll it over, I usually get snow build up in here. So it starts to, I'm constantly scraping it, trying to get it out. The new 25, 26 RMKs, they have the new throttle. This is just the throttle right from Polaris, and all the pieces, parts, and the new throttle cable, which is a different coating. It's actually got a plastic coating on the cable. Versus just this cable here is just your standard steel. So that can ice up and freeze up. And that also brings the point where you have your throttle safety switch here, this function here. The new throttle does not come with that. So this will be deleted, but you have to have a tether. You've got to have a tether. Otherwise, you got to have this. I mean, this thing's been around since the early 80s. I can remember having that on old Polaris TXs and probably before that. So that will be eliminated because there is nothing on this. This throttle is perfectly simple. There's no safety, just the thumb warmer and a few screws. It's super simple, super lightweight. Just, yeah, I'm excited about it. So I'm going to see... yeah, I'm not sure yet just how this is going to go, how my hookup to the throttle body will be. I'm going to have to figure that out and see if that works well, or if there's anything different there. But I don't think there should be any difference. It's just the same 850, so you can have an 850, a new 2025, 26, and you have that throttle. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same, but I don't know. So I'm going to give it a shot, and I'll take a video or stitch it together when it's done and see how it went and see if it's something doable. There's lots of companies out there that make fix it. They make billet blocks and stuff, and that's fine. Great, keep using them. I just like this new throttle setup. I think it's going to be fantastic. Not terribly expensive. I think it was $190 for everything, and I got it through Babbitts Online. And, I've got a couple things here extra that I didn't need that I'm seeing, a couple screws that came with the different parts. So I'm excited to tear into this and see how it goes. So I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks so much for watching. See you, bye. So things are going well. I've got my cable off and wanted to show you guys some of the differences here on the new cable versus the old cable. First off, much heavier coating, like nearly, here, I'll just do this up here. I would say, excuse me, probably the sheeting is a third thicker. And here you can see this coated cable versus just the standard steel cable that is susceptible to moisture. They did it's funny, on the old cable, I've got some wear right here, and it lines up with this whole new mechanism for adjusting. So you used to be able to adjust your throttle tension up here. Now it's lower down out of the moisture by the warm snowmobile. So they've eliminated any moisture intrusion up high, which I love. And all of this is the same. That's the same connection. It's a lock nut instead of just a washer, just a lock washer and nut. So that's all the same. That all should go together. Nice protected boot there at the bottom. I like that. So it's just a much better designed. Well, here too, they've got this sleeve here, this little protection right where I've got stuff going on there. So this cable in and of itself is a massive upgrade to the stock Axis 850, probably even the 800s. So yeah, it's going well. I think yeah, I'll get this in and we'll go from there, but I wanted you to see it before I installed it so you had a good idea of what the difference is on the cable. Much better cable. So there we go. Stand by. So just a note here. This is the TSS. I think it's the throttle safety switch. So this goes in the old throttle, and that you can buy a a delete for this. But from my understanding, all the delete is just a loop. This is a constant flow unless it is interrupted, and so the element of just all you got to do is just loop this. I'm gonna test that. Don't quote me on it, but I believe all you have to do is just loop this. So grab a butt connector and splice it together, and you should be good to go. But I could be wrong. I'll find out if I'm right or wrong. There you go. Next step, get the throttle on. Got the cable on. That's not for the faint of heart, getting that on there, but fits in nice and snug. So get the throttle on. We'll get this snipped and run together. Something like that there should do the trick. So we'll just plug that in and plug that back in there and taper up. See if it works. All right, so we got her. So here's the old throttle and all the parts, TSS cable, and here is the 25-26 throttle on a Axys and 25-26 throttle cable. Everything plugs in place. The much nicer melted in thumb grip, or however they do that, way better. I think that's going to last a lot longer. Yeah, just the awesome, no snow is going to build up on that. Excellent design by Polaris, and no more TSS on this one, so there's no little goofy thing here. But yeah, there we go. Worst part about the install is just trying to get the cable in, but that's inevitable. But otherwise, awesome. No reason why we can't be putting a 25-26 throttle on the Axys chassis, or at least the 850s. I don't know about the 850s for sure. So there we go, 2019 to, what is it, 2022 that the Axys existed with the 850. So thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. Hopefully that's helpful to some of you guys considering getting a billet, aftermarket versus just replacing the throttle. You cannot do the original cable. You have to replace the cable. This fitting here is different. So just a heads up, if you think you can do that, this is a different fitting. It doesn't fit through that. There's no way to hold that on. So you have to replace the cable if you're going to go to this. If you're going to go to this throttle. So there you go. Thanks so much. I'm tired. I got to go to bed. Thanks so much for watching, and click subscribe. And we'll keep tinkering on things that are secondhand, or rather firsthand, but we're trying to come up with ideas to keep the older sleds running and just as good. We'll see ya. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.